this video, I'm going to share the 4 ways that I learn more about my ideal client and my audience so that I can effectively sell to them. These are the things that I'm using on a regular basis in my business that I've been running for the last 7 years, and hundreds of clients and students that I work with, as well as a brand strategist. There's this whole chicken and the egg syndrome that happens in the beginning of your business, or if you're ever making a shift or selling a new product, where you have to figure out how you're going to talk about it and target it to your ideal client. But when you don't know what it is, somebody telling you to describe your ideal client feels like an exercise in futility. And I'm going to share how you can get more concrete answers, 4 strategies to do that here in this video. My name is Kaye Putnam. I'm the psychology-driven brand strategist. If you're new here, welcome. I release videos on a regular basis about how to build your brand on truth, not trends. I help entrepreneurs like you attract more ideal clients so that they can share their genius with the world and serve the people that they're meant to serve. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. The notification bell will let you know every time I post a new video about branding and business. I would love to have you part of my orbit here on the YouTube. Okay, so let's get into it. Before I share the 4 ways that I actually do this, I need to help you shift your mindset about this entire exercise. Because when you come at it thinking that you need to have the exact perfect answers, you're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. Because let me tell you, even after 7 years in business, I still learn more about my ideal clients and my audience every single day. Every single time I interact with somebody, I'm learning more, and I'm incorporating that into my messaging, into my sales pages, into the products that I develop. And this is an ongoing process. So even if you feel like you're in the beginning or you're in that shift and you don't know the answers, understand that they're going to come with time, and that's completely normal. And it's how everybody else does it, whether they admit that or not. So that's the first thing to think about. And then the second mindset shift to have around this is I want you to compare this to dating. So my hubby and I are celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary this year. So it's been a long time since I've been on a first date. However, I do embarrassingly remember at one point in my dating life, like writing this list. And I think this is actually like relatively popular, like dating advice. You write your list of the ideal partner so that you know when you see them, essentially. Or like when you're dating somebody, you can compare them to the list. So I had all the things, I want him to be athletic. I want him to be smart. I want him to be kind. I want him to buy me flowers, whatever went on that list. Looking back, like knowing what I know now, having been with my ideal, amazing partner for the last 10 years, that list is laughable. Like my husband is so much better than what I could have ever imagined in that early stage where I thought I was looking for the ideal partner. And the same thing is going to happen when you write out these ideal client avatars for your ideal client or ideal customer. You're making a lot of assumptions. You're just guessing, essentially. But the second step after guessing is to go out and work with a bunch of different people. Work with some people that fit your ideal client avatar and work with some people that don't on purpose. Like you don't have to be incredibly filtered down and picky when you're first starting your brand, because you're going to get so much intel from just interacting with real live humans. You're going to know so much about that list. It's probably going to change as your business changes or as you release new programs, as you get interested in different topics. Your audience is going to be continually morphing and changing, and that's okay. And you also may not ever have this like perfect, pristine sculpture and storyline written about who that client is. Probably not. But it's still important to get as close to that as humanly possible. So with that said, let's get into the 4 strategies that I use both for myself on this ongoing basis, and then I teach students how to do this in my Brand Advantage program and on a deeper level in my upcoming Amplify Accelerator small group program. So the first thing that you need to prioritize, and if you do nothing else, this is the one that you need to listen to. Have as many real live conversations as possible. The more that I get on the phone, on a Zoom call, on a sales call, market research call, even like interviewing other peers or potential clients for my upcoming show, the Own Your Edges show, or being interviewed on other people's podcasts or YouTube videos, those conversations are gold. That's like the treasure chest, the pinnacle of intel when it comes to learning about your ideal client and customer. So find ways that you can get on a call, get on a video chat with more of your ideal clients, however you need to do it. So if it's in the beginning and you're offering free coaching calls or free strategy calls, do that. Or if you're just reaching out to people to get to know fellow business owners, if that's your market, and positioning it more like a coffee Skype date, that's great too. However you can have more of those conversations, do that. And a little trick or hack for you, I literally have Google Drive documents called like copywriting inspiration and physical notebooks that I keep next to me constantly. Every call that I'm on, I have that next to me so that I can jot down information about what the pain points are, what their challenges are, how they describe the product or service that I do, and also what their vision is. Like what gets them excited? What do they want? And all of that can be incorporated not only into this avatar that you're building, but into your Instagram posts or your Facebook posts, your product sales pages, all of the places where you're communicating with your ideal client. You need to meet them where they're at. So having that bank of language is key. Okay, the second thing that you should do is to put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and be a keen observer online. So there's plenty of places where people are sharing their experiences. And you have to kind of weed through the sales messages, especially if you're talking about like a free Facebook group. There's, people that go in there and tell the vulnerable story so that they can change it around into their transformation, their shift, and how you can buy from them to get that same shift, which is actually a effective sales like format, but can be a little cringeworthy when you keep seeing it over and over. So aside from those, people who are posting authentic and real and in the moment questions and celebrations and challenges that they're going through, those are incredible opportunities for market research, for audience research. I just use on Facebook, typically I'll use that save post function, and then I save it in a category called copywriting inspiration. So I can go back to that whenever I'm writing a product page or if I'm stuck for content ideas, all of those good things. You can also start your own Facebook group, which I've done, the In Demand Brand Facebook group. You can check that out on Facebook and just scroll through there or ask questions to the people in your own group to get more of that intel and inspiration about who your ideal client and audience actually is. Third idea, this one is not my favorite, but it is still useful in many different situations, so it bears mentioning, but I'm going to skip over it quickly here. So I use Typeform as a tool for forms and surveys. So whenever I'm hosting a new masterclass, a new webinar, challenge, or if somebody's just joining my regular email list, I always ask them to complete a short survey. People they're kind of actually notoriously bad at telling you what their actual desires are or what their true root pain points are, because as humans, we're just not very self-aware. Like our conscious mind is just the surface, and the thing that's actually driving the ship is our subconscious mind. But it's hard to articulate what the subconscious mind wants. So you have to take everything that people self-report with a little bit of a grain of salt, because it's not always as useful as like the conversations, for example. But it does give me really good ideas and content for all the different things. And then the fourth thing, and this is especially effective, everybody should be doing this fourth strategy. And it's a little bit backwards because what it is you need to show up. You need to publish content, even imperfectly, before you know who your audience is. Share the things that you're passionate about. Share the things that light you up, that maybe like a problem that you've dealt with in the past. Use your own experience as a guide to create content, to reach out, to start to become visible and present. And then your ideal audience and clients will self-select. If they resonate with who you are and what you're talking about, they'll follow you. They'll pay attention. If they don't resonate, then they won't. So just by paying attention to what content people like from you the most and what people are resonating with, engaging with, asking questions about, wanting to know more about, that's gold, right? Like that's the intersection between you showing up and being your authentic self and then attracting the right people to you. And like I said, I use all 4 of these strategies in my own business. They all have their own place and time, and they're all crucial. So in the comments, let me know which one of these are you going to focus on next. Hit that thumbs up if you found this video helpful and valuable, and also consider sharing it with an entrepreneur that you know. This is really important stuff, and it can be one of those things, especially right in the beginning of a business, that just gets you stuck and it's hard to move past when you don't have the mindset and the strategies that are going to get you past that little hump. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for being in my orbit. I am so grateful that you are spending time with me here, and I hope that this is serving you, helping you move your brand forward to the next step in your evolution.